Hi, I'm Thomas.
And I'm Jack.
And this is Thomas and Jack Do Movies.
In this video, we will be ranking the top 5 best movies of 2018 so far.
Now, we decided to do this since we're a little bit past halfway, up the halfway point in 2018.
Yes.
So let's get right into this.
Coming in at number 5, we have
Black Panther. Now, the reason this movie is in number 5 is because it was a pretty good movie with some relatable motives/circumstances, whatever you want to call it. And it was a superhero movie, so it has that element in it.
Coming in at number 4 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, I've seen this movie, he hasn't, but he's heard quite a bit about it. And I put it in number 4 because the story isn't that great. And the villains don't, and I don't feel that the villains really posed a threat in the movie as much as it did in, say, Infinity War or any of the other Marvel movies.
Coming in at number 3 is A Quiet Place. Now, I have not seen this movie. I have heard it is an amazing movie, though, so Jack is going to be the main reference on this one.
It is. The story is amazing, and for a pretty small movie that didn't spend too much money on it, it is a really good movie. The CGI and effects are amazing, and even the actors do really great. And a cool thing is, the husband and wife in the movie are actual husband and wife in real life. So
that's kind of rare.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in at number 2 this is my favorite Star Wars movie, Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, before you guys stop watching the video, let's start talking about this movie. Please do not stop watching the video because of my number 2 pick. I was very skeptical going into this movie with Alden Ehrenreich, that's right. I was very skeptical of him because I think a lot of people were, because everybody loved Harrison Ford in the role.
Yeah.
He totally fills it perfectly.
He
like,
does.
I would even go as far to say that Alden's character is different in a better way than Harrison Ford's character.
He actually sat down with Harrison Ford and asked some questions, and Harrison Ford was just like, make it your own character.
Make it your own character, yeah.
And he did try to act like Harrison Ford, but he does really make it his own character, and it's really good.
Now, in my opinion, this movie was really close to making the number 1 spot, and there's one thing that kept it from doing that, and that is the fact that how Solo got his name. How he got Han Solo's name. And spoiler warning for the movie, it's just an Imperial Guard giving him his name. But that was the only thing that keeping me from the number 1 spot. Yeah. But before we move on to the number 1 spot, we're going to go over some honorable mentions. And our first honorable mention is Pacific Rim Uprising. Good movie. It just felt like a little bit like a movie where the first one
had a pretty good story.
Yeah.
This one just felt like a movie where they wanted to have robots fight aliens again, and they were like, well, we should probably have a story. And so they just had their 5-year-old son create a story, and they threw it in there. Yep, the next one is Annihilation. This movie follows 5 female characters that go into the Shimmer because a bunch of men characters couldn't do it. So they go in to get to a lighthouse and blow it up, instead of sending in a bunch of tanks.
The next one is Tomb Raider. Follows Lara Croft through her adventures in, what is it, Egypt? I don't know.
No, it's on an island.
It's on an island?
Yeah, some island. And they're looking for a tomb, and then they raid the tomb, and then they blow up the tomb.
So, about like
It really has a lot to do with the title.
Yeah.
I mean,
the next one is Incredibles 2. He hasn't seen this movie. I have. See, I think it was a good follow-up to the first one. Definitely my favorite Pixar movie, Disney Pixar movie yet. It had some good action. I was surprised. It did have good animation action. It had good comedy. The comedy was pretty good. And it almost made our top 5, but Black Panther just topped it a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's the reason it didn't make it. So...
And then, last but not least, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This is similar to Ant-Man and the Wasp and Pacific Rim because it's kind of like they just wanted to have a bunch of dinosaurs eat people again, and then they threw in a story. And the story's okay. Honestly, it's okay, but definitely the only reason you go to see the movie is to see the dinosaurs eat people.
Okay, coming in at our number one spot, this is what you've been waiting for, drumroll. Avengers Infinity War. You know it was coming. You knew it was on this list.
How could it not be on the list?
It was a really good movie. It was a great
amazing.
Story, great animation, great
cast,
great cast,
great CGI
and
effects.
they've been setting it up for 10 years.
And the villain, just amazing.
Thanos was amazing. Setting it up for 10 years, knock it out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
It was just
one of the things that really set it apart from the others is that the villain won.
Yeah,
and
villain won.
Killed tons of the people with the snap.
So that was our pick for the top 5 movies so far in 2018. If you agreed with anything we said, or if you disagreed and you want to tell us that too, just tell us down in the comments. Also, give this video a like and subscribe.
Hit that bell icon too after you subscribe, and you'll get notified of all the videos that we release.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.
He pulled out his teeth.
What?
Number one spot, and there's one thing that kept it from doing that.
But first, some honorable mentions.
What? I'm not going to mention the first number one movie yet. Oh, I'm still talking about Solo.
Oh, I thought you were moving on.
No, I'm not moving on.
Okay.
There was one thing that kept it from being in